And good morning, everybody. Once again, it's time for the Schooner Morning Show. I'm your host, Mark Prevost, and with me today, I'm very excited to have Rachel Morin. Rachel and I have known each other for, I would say, 20 years.
Oh, at least.
At least, if not more.
Yeah.
Rachel would come in with other groups for the senior college, the folks that did the plays.
Yeah, the Readers Theater.
The Readers Theater, that was a big one. I would see Rachel out in the community at different events, and we've known each other for a long time, so it was a wonderful surprise when I found her touring here and decided to move in. I was very, very happy and excited. And it's been a very good move, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Yeah.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I think my children are happy that I'm here
Oh,
as
there's
well.
no question. I've
Yeah.
talked to your children, and when my dad decided to move here, it was like a huge weight had been
Yes,
lifted off
right.
myself and my wife.
Right.
Because we were always worried, and then when he moved here, we didn't have to worry anymore.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
It really is a big relief because your
Very-
children love you, and you're.
Oh, yeah, they do.
What children don't love their parents?
Well,
you know, I
that's
mean,
true.
most of them do when they have good parents. So
You're right.
it's the roles are reversed. Like you worried about them, they now worry about you. So it's a good.
Well, here's a little thing about it. The children have become your parents.
I hear that all the time.
I'm not that happy with.
Right.
But they're wonderful children.
Oh, they are.
And they all love me and want the best for me. And they're watching out to be sure everything's going well.
Absolutely.
So,
like you did for them.
Yeah,
I used to
that's
tell my
right.
dad all the time. He would feel badly that, you know, he needed me to do different things. I said,
Yeah.
"Are you kidding, Dad? I am thrilled
Yeah.
that you are the type of parent that is letting me
Yes.
help you." And I said, "It just makes it easier on all of us."
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
it's and I said, you're a fabulous father, and really helped me navigate life and learn about life. It's my turn
Yeah.
to help you.
Yeah, and,
So it
that's
worked.
how it should be.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that's right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So those of you out there listening, let your kids help you. They
Yes.
want to do it. They love you, and it helps everybody all the way around. So Rachel, back to you. Let's let's find out where you were born.
Well, I'm a Lewiston, Maine person. I was born at CMG.
Excellent.
In those
Yes,
days,
it was CMG.
Yeah, right.
Central Maine General.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And so you were born in Lewiston. I assume you grew up and went to school in Lewiston.
All my education was in Lewiston.
In Lewiston.
I started kindergarten at the Dingley School and then the Thorns Corner Public School. I say that because it was a two-room school. The first room was the first and second grade in the same room taught by one teacher. Across the hall was the third and fourth grade in the same room taught by one teacher. Now that I'm much older and can realize what a job that was for the teachers to teach two, they kept both classes taken care of, and that was something.
Thorns Corner is out on Sabata Street, right?
Yes,
because
Yeah, Thorns Corner, and beyond Holy Family School.
and
Church.
it's where Old Green Road
Yes,
goes.
exactly.
I
That's
lived-
where you. That's
Yeah,
where you used
that's
to live.
where
I know
lived,
where
and
you
that's-
used to. I
that's
knew you
Thorns
then.
Corner. I never knew that. That's why I love these interviews.
Yeah.
I learn more about
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, I'll show you that where it is now.
Yeah, yeah. And so after schooling,
Then I went to Lewiston High School.
Yeah.
And then St. Mary's Hospital School of Nursing.
St. Mary's Hospital
Yeah.
School of Nursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you became a nurse.
Yes, that's right.
And that was your career?
That was my career. And I had many, many interesting jobs from that. I did a lot of work at the area hospital, not the area hospitals, but the shoe shops, the Bates Mill,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Etonic Shoe.
Yes.
That was interesting. And the Job Corps at Portland Spring. So, and then that was my...
Now, I'm just curious. You had several children.
I have three.
3 children.
Right.
Did you take the time off from your career when you had your children? Did you take any time off and stay home with them, or did they have...
No, I just had the delivery, and then, whatever it was, 3
Right.
months later, no,
Right.
I stayed working.
You did stay working. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the children were going to some type of child care or something like that, or
Yes.
yes.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Which is what
then,
everybody
then
does.
they were in school, and
You
then
sure?
they came home, and they didn't
Sure.
need childcare
Right.
After starting school.
Sure.
you
Right.
know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me how you met your husband.
Well, I met him in a shoe store.
You did?
I was a nurse, and my sister worked in the shoe store, and she introduced me to my husband. And it's thanks to my sister that I met my husband, and he was wonderful husband.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
wonderful.
I know you and I have had that conversation, and you do say all the time what a wonderful man he was.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
And when he died, which was 20 years ago, I
Yeah.
lived on my own, and I managed okay.
Sure.
And I was never, ever interested in looking around or wanting to get married again.
Yeah.
That was a good marriage, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have anything else.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, my wife often says that. She says if anything ever happened to me, she'd never get married again.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a compliment or a slam that
Oh,
she wouldn't
I
want to
can
be with
s-
another.
I could see it could be, but it's definitely a compliment with you and a compliment with my husband.
Oh,
definitely.
good. Good. I'm glad to
definitely.
hear that. Yeah. So your children live
Portland, South Portland, and West Bath.
wonderful. They all stayed in Maine.
Yes, I'm very fortunate that they're living very close.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And wonderful areas. Portland, South Portland, West Bath. I love Bath.
Oh,
I
it's
mean, I just
lovely.
think it's such a nice area
They're
right
right
here
on
on the
the
Kennebec
water
River.
in West
yeah.
Bath, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what, tell us a little bit about some of your hobbies and adventures that you may have had.
Well, I've got a lot of interests. I'm one for volunteering. I think America is, the backbone of America is thanks to the volunteers that work, and I firmly
Bingo.
believe in that. I do a
believe
lot
you.
of that.
Yeah.
And my interests, reading, theater, trying to think what else. I got a lot of other interests. I'm busy. I
Yeah.
get busy.
Yeah.
And I think when your husband or wife dies, you should stay busy, because if you don't, you're going to be sitting at home wondering, you stay busy and do productive work. Yeah. So
Yeah, I agree.
That's what
I agree. So you did a lot of volunteering and things like that. And so you write write for the Twin City Times, I know, and you're really kind of a photographer too,
Yeah.
because I know you're always taking pictures and very
that's
good
true.
ones, I might add, and
Thank
getting
you.
everybody's name in there and everything
Yeah.
like that. But did you say? I remember you saying that you wrote for a lot of different.
Way back, I was the public relations for many nonprofits. And anything the nonprofits would do, I would be writing about them, taking pictures, sending them not only to Twin City Times, that Twin City Times is not way back.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So
that's
it was
right.
the Sun Journal and other area newspapers, wherever they were from.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah. My father always said that I was born with a pencil in my hand. I remember him telling me that all the time, and I guess he was right.
I'll tell you, anybody that reads your work, reads your articles, knows that you are a writer.
Mm-hmm.
They know that you are dedicated to the details and
Oh,
that you do very, very well. Your articles are all well written all the time. I enjoy reading them.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And just so the public knows, outside of your apartment, Rachel's apartment in the hallway, first floor, Camden building, from apartment 413 down to apartment 411, on the wall are a lot of pictures that Rachel has taken over the years of early Lewiston Auburn area and buildings that some of them are no longer here. Some of them have made incredible transformations.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a beautiful wall of photographs of yesteryear and what is there today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That was done for my 50-year reunion at Lewiston High School, because we had a lot of people coming from many parts of the states way back, and they were pleased to see all the changes
Oh,
that had
sure.
happened,
Yeah.
which they were not aware of
Right.
anymore.
And you can see those changes as well right in the hallway. Stop and take a look. I think you'll be impressed with everything that you see.
May I just say that I myself did not put those up. Schooner, you know who.
I did.
Yes. He thought they were worthy of being put up there. I myself did not ask to have those put up.
But I mean, a lot of people have asked me
Oh, they loved them.
about that. They have all said, wow, what a thing to see, you know?
Yeah.
And we originally, remember, we had put it up for a small stint, but we had such a good response, I said, let's leave it up until we don't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you and your husband travel, or with the children, or?
Well, we did travel with the children just locally.
Yes.
But when they were all grown and gone, we started going to Europe and Asia and
Wow.
many trips.
Really?
Yeah.
Overseas?
Portugal, Spain, Costa Rica. I'm trying to think of all the other places that we went. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of traveling. Now, did you do that because you wanted to experience the culture and just get a feel, or were you hunting down family, or were you?
Oh no, we just did it for our adventure and we like to meet other people in other nations and see how they were more interested. We were more interested in meeting the people and seeing them.
And how they lived.
And how they lived, how they dressed,
Yeah.
how they were. It was wonderful.
Oh,
we went to Switzerland and Sweden. I'm trying to think of the other places that we went. Not just, we went for 20 years, so we went many places.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned Asia. So were you over Japan or China, or?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
now.
Well, when you take that many trips.
What's the matter? You see, when you get old like me, you can't remember. It was China.
China.
I can't believe I couldn't remember. It was China.
Yeah, the Great Wall.
Yes, we went on the Great Wall. It was very interesting. China was extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crowded. The people.
Yeah.
It was. Talk about you're not congregating in a mass crowd. You had no choice. You was smushed as you're going along the sidewalk. We had people in front and back on either side of you going.
Yeah. Well, they have billions with a B.
Yes.
Right? We're only 330 million in America,
Yeah.
and they have billions.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because of you. I know how you thirst for knowledge and experiences,
Yeah.
and how much you enjoy that. So it doesn't surprise me that you.
Well,
you
my
did do
husband
some
was
traveling.
the same way.
Yeah.
He was the same way. Yeah.
And what did your husband do for a living?
He was a union pipe fitter.
Union pipe fitter.
He was- yeah.
In the local area, or BIW, or wherever?
No, it's a local area.
Yeah.
And he traveled a lot
Sure.
on his job as
Yeah.
pipe fitting.
Yeah. Wow.
In the schools and industries. You know?
Yes.
That's what he did.
Yeah. Did you ever have any hand hobbies? Like a lot of people
Well,
knit, crochet, and.
I knit. I haven't knit lately though, but I did enjoy knitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And mostly I was writing and doing things. I liked nature. You know, we would do a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
We would do that.
Yeah. And a gardener, I know.
Oh my goodness, a gardener. Yes, I miss the gardening. I had 18 flower beds back home.
Oh,
my
my
God. I do miss that,
18.
and I enjoyed that tremendously. And my children have erected a little flower pot for me out back of
Yeah.
4 by 2, 4 feet by 8 feet.
Yeah.
And I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
So
Unreal. Did you grow vegetables and things like that at
my
home?
husband did the vegetables.
He did.
I did the flowers.
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
we got along beautifully
That's
on
perfect.
that.
Yeah. My wife just had me doing flowers all weekend, and oh boy, I could barely move.
Well, I could go over to your house if you want and work on those.
That would be helpful,
Yeah.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you. We went to a place called Young's up in
Oh,
South Paris.
Yes, I know where that is.
And they have, I don't know, a dozen greenhouses, and it seemed like we just walked forever through all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
and
I
she
know, yeah.
found what she wanted. We got it. We had to come home and plant it and move some other things. And oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's what retirement's going to be like. Honey-do lists.
Oh, well, you'll enjoy it.
Did you have a honey-do list for your husband?
No,
or
I didn't have
you
to.
worked
He,
together?
he just knew what
He
had
just
to.
knew.
I never had to say anything.
You guys were in sync like this.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
And he could see what had to be done,
Yeah.
and he did it.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That
Or
is
if
a
I
blessing.
had something that I really wanted, he hadn't thought, I could say, gee, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
We usually did it together.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
So this has been a wonderful interview. I really appreciate you coming, and I hope those of you that are watching will also volunteer to interview.
There's one more thing.
Yes.
Ask me one more thing.
Yeah,
You usually ask.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say before before we come to a close, is there anything else that you would want your friends or neighbors here at Schooner Estates to know about you to help with connections and things?
Yes, true. 4 years ago, I was selected as the Auburn Citizen of the Year.
How come I didn't know that?
I don't know, because it was in all the newspapers.
Yeah.
It was on the radio. It was on. It was every year, and usually it's mayor.
Yes.
Mayor of the city or
Yes.
some. And I think it's because of my work with the nonprofits. I guess I don't
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
it was such a surprise to me, and my children knew about it. My senior college people knew about it. And I was in class with them, and nobody ever said a word because it's supposed to be a secret.
Right.
And I walked into and I see at the Martindale Country Club, we were going to see someone else's Citizen of the Year.
Yeah.
And it's funny that I didn't know who it was ahead of time, because I usually did know. And when I went in and all the flash bulbs bulged out, the applause started, and I said, "What's going on?" And Kathy, my daughter, said, "Mom, you're the Citizen of the Year." And I said, "Don't say that." And she said, "But you are." Oh my God. It was such a huge crowd, and all the big speakers come up and talk and
Right,
and
right.
saying about me. And
Nice
and,
stuff about you.
Oh my God.
You must have been floating on cloud nine.
Well, no, I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I didn't think I deserved it, first of all. And I said, I was just in shock, really.
But and I know you're not one to garner the limelight. You don't like
No,
the limelight.
I don't like that. No,
But-
I don't want to have my pictures taken.
But you know, the folks that are humble like that and don't think they deserve it are the ones that get it, and
Yeah.
for good reason.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not doing it for yourself or for your own accolades. You're doing it
No.
because it's the right thing and a
Well,
good thing
it's
to
just
do.
stuff that was brought up. I was born with that, that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Just like you were born with your skills, I was born with
Wonderful.
wanting to do
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Rachel Morin lives right here at Schooner Estates on the first floor, Camden Building apartment number 413. And a lot of great things yet to come, because this woman cannot sit still. She loves to do stuff. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Keep watching the morning show. And this has been the Schooner Morning Show with your host, Mark Prevost. We'll see you again next time. Have a wonderful day, everybody.